Hey everybody, welcome back to the Professor's Nugget. I hope you're having a great day. Today's video is kind of a different one. If you recall from one of my previous mail days, I kind of mentioned that Tops used to have this program called ETopps, which was kind of like the stock market for like special cards. So they called their initial product offerings, and you could like try to pre-order different types of cards. So I had participated in this for at least a couple of years, buying stuff that I thought was kind of neat and kind of served my collection and stuff like that. So anyway, fast forward to I hadn't really looked at it since like 2006 or 2007, and I kind of stopped offering stuff. And then all of a sudden they were like, "Hey, we got all these cards in vaults and or vault-like thing. We're closing this program. You need to either pick up your cards or get rid of them, or we're getting rid of them." So I had them shipped out. Got a whole bunch. Couldn't get everything, so I had some Brady cards on there that I wasn't able to get. A couple other football cards. I think I had a Gretzky on there that I couldn't get, and a couple LeBron cards as well. So that's kind of unfortunate. But let's go ahead and let's see what I was able to get, and then hopefully we can go from there. I think I had a Kobe and a Shaq too, which is unfortunate. And they only gave you like $1.50 credit, but then we got an email that they might make some corrections based on some of the initial complaints from people. So let's go ahead. Let's see what I was able to what we got out of this. I'll start off with some of the lesser interesting things. So to satisfy my University of Michigan, to get this Mike Comrie for the Oilers, a few Marty Turcos. Got a couple Jason Spetzas, and a nice Brendan Shanahan. I think these were all, 2002, 2003s. That's kind of when I was most active with it. Also got this Gary Sheffield on the Braves. That was kind of neat. So this kind of brings up kind of another interesting little facet. So these cards, they usually came encased like this, and then they had a certification sticker here, and it says not valid without sticker. So basically, these now look like counterfeit cards. Here's the Datsuk that I picked up a week or couple weeks ago. You can kind of see here it's got a certification sticker in that same basic spot, and unfortunately that is not there. So that kind of sucks. But hopefully, in that email they said they might try to remedy that and send a separate email where I can get some of these shipped back. So we'll see. On the football front, we got a Amon Green. Again, there's no sticker there. Then they had this other sort of thing called cards your mom threw out or something like that, or cards that were never produced. I can't remember what it was called. So here we got a 1984 style Roger Clemens. These were actually serial numbered. This one's 788 out of 999. Again, not valid without a sticker. And look at that. They didn't ship these well. These were not shipped in like top loaders or anything. It was pretty much just a bunch of loose cards in a plastic bag. So I'm a little bit disappointed with that, considering you paid like $60. I paid like $60 in shipping for everything. Okay, so on the other sort of front, on the kind of what I called my the better cards, we got for basketball. We got actually a couple Kevin Garnett's. Again, 2002 to 2003. Kind of once you get into 2003, 2004, I started losing interest. was kind of hard to work with. They didn't really produce the cards till months later, so you couldn't get them shipped for a long, long time, and you'd forget about them. It was I think, it was a program that was interesting. And now you look at Tops now, and the way they handle Tops now, I think is a little bit nicer. But these are kind of interesting because the other thing too is that especially with some of the early program stuff in the early 2000s, it was they produced as many. They didn't produce as many. They either had a limit numbered, like 1,000 or 1,500 or 2,000, and that was it. But it also meant that if they didn't have as many orders, like cards like this would some of the cards would end up being destroyed. So you end up only having a certain print run. All right, so for some hockey stuff, we got this nice Steve Yzerman. I actually have a version of this, I think, in my collection already. For somebody that didn't get it, and I think there's one in 2001, 2002, and then 2002, 2003. It's 03, 04, and 02, 03. I can't remember. So we do have one of those. I like that one. Throw that one up on the back. See, I like this card mat too. Got a couple Sergei Fedorovs. Now the Red Wings are retiring his numbers, so that's kind of cool. Actually, recently picked up a Sergei Fedorov auto, and he doesn't have a ton of like the certified autos from Upper Deck, and he has even less in Red Wing uniforms. And then we also got 2 Mario Lemieux. And then finally on the baseball front, we got another one of those like cards you wish existed or whatever it was called. This is the 1952 style Ted Williams. And this one is numbered 455 out of 1499. So nice looking card there. So that's basically the cards out of the ETopps program. As you can see, a couple cards that were really interesting. I'm going to see if they send me that email about getting, at minimum, maybe getting the Roger Clemens repaired. That was the only one that was noticeably damaged. But then they said that they might encase, if you want certain ones back, they'll put the sticker on and then encase them properly, like they did with the previous. Unless this is less important to me than getting that authentication sticker, because otherwise it looks like it's a counterfeit card and it sucks. So what do you think about the ETopps program? Were you a participant in the ETopps program 20 years ago? Feel free to leave a comment below. Go ahead, hit that like and subscribe button right down there. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I will see you later.